met with a friend of mine from high school, and we went to a bar, we sat down, and we see each other once every few years. Something was different about my friend. He was a lot gentler, more balanced, and I felt like I could talk to him for hours. I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave from sitting at the bar with him. The more he kept talking and the more he kept speaking, he just felt so genuine, like almost angelic in a way. And he mentioned that he'd been talking to this success coach. And when I heard the word success coach, just not having any education on it, I just felt like life coaches, success coaches, I just feel like they're people that there's like a trick. There's something funny going on. I didn't believe that they were real. And he began to tell me about the work that he was doing with this guy, John. He said that he did a mind scan. He had to put certain things in order, and he goes, it tells you exactly who you are as a person. And I love psychology. I love stuff like that. So I was like, my ears went up. He said that I took a test and the guy literally told me exactly who I am, exactly how I think, my way of being. It was amazing. And he told me, you should try it. You should give it a try. Or it was probably me knocking his door down. Like, I want to do that. Like, give me that guy's number. I want to do it. You know, the mind scan's complimentary. Give him a shot. Give him a try. And I'm like, done. At this point in my life, I just felt like this is the person I'm just going to be completely honest with. I'm just going to lay it all out for this guy and just see what he does with it. Within minutes of us first speaking, I said, I'm just going to give it to you straight. I absolutely hate life. I hate working. I hate being alive. I'm not suicidal, but I can't wait for life to be over. I just feel like I have no meaning, no purpose. I'm depressed and sad all the time. I don't know who the hell I am. I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what to do for a career. I'm lost. Life sucks. And that was the most honest I've ever been in my entire life. Just to be able to admit to somebody that I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not happy. After that first session, I was given the mind scan. And I answered that mind scan from the perspective of that person who's miserable, who hated life, who didn't want to be here. He told me that this was, you've never seen a mind scan like this before. And I couldn't wait because I know I'm screwed up in my head. Screwed up, crazy, I'm this, I'm that. I knew it was going to be something. But to hear you say that this was, like, you've never seen a mind scan like this before, I was intrigued. With the separate scores of the mind scan, I had basically scored very poorly. And just in general, what that information was telling me was, again, I don't know who I am. I have no empathy. I have no values. Like, this is somebody who's just blind to life. And that's exactly how I felt. It basically made me feel like my feelings were valid. Like, I'm allowed to feel what I feel. I'm allowed to be. That's something I've never felt before. That's something I've never had the freedom to do. I had always been that blind person. I've always made myself blind because I always felt like this is the box that I have to live in. This is my fate. I'm trapped. And I felt in that first meeting, you showed me, like, just open the door. Just open the door. Like, you feel trapped, but if you just open the door and boom. Just after that first meeting, I was out of that blind trap, which was incredible. And I was reading my mind scan results and I got to thinking and I said, I feel so good right now. I feel just so much different than I did in the past that I want to take the mind scan again with this person that John helped me to unlock. When I took the test the first time, again, I took it from an angry, miserable perspective. So there's things that you have to put in order. And I just I did the most like anti-social, anti-societal answers just because I'm angry at the world and I'm angry at life. And when I did the mind scan the second time, it was very, very clear how I felt about all of the things that I had to list. And it was very easy to do. And everything was just clear. So when I got the results the second time, they were clearly a lot better, more accurate. But most importantly, they were true to my true being and not that shell or shadow that I was answering as the first time. So it's like that first, like having those two, being able to differentiate them, I was able to shed one of them and start living as the other. Living my truth from there, building, like looking at my life from that angle, which is something I've spent over 20 years living as the blind guy. And I thought that that's what life was. I thought that that was my fate. I thought that that was it. I was trapped. And now that I wasn't trapped, I had a whole new world. It's like I went from a black and white life to now the world is in color, and I'm discovering all these new colors and they're so vibrant. We started to discover what was the difference between the first black and white test and the second test. You've introduced the concept of value to me, which has like just been completely life-changing. I genuinely felt that I don't value anything. And I came to the realization that I don't value anything because I've never been valued. I never felt valuable, ever. And that's how I was running through life blind. Because if you don't value yourself, if you have no value, you know, why would you value anything? It's just, life is just, who cares, very apathetic. So now that I had this new concept of value, it's like I used it as like a measuring stick for everything in my life. It's like I would say, okay, this person, or like, do I value this? Do I not value this? And I started to put everything in its place in alignment with my values, and everything became crystal clear. It was like a last piece of a puzzle being put in, and you could see everything. It was very, very clear who I was, what I wanted, what I am, what's good, what's not. I went from blind to having 20/20 vision. And it was so easy to maneuver my life and make decisions from that point forward because I could see. And my actions seem effortless. I'm putting in much, much less effort into being, and the results I'm getting are like insurmountable. We got to the point where it was just, okay, now that you are clear, now that you can see, what do you want to do from this point forward? Peeling back layers of myself, which is, you know, shadow. Basically, shadow is like the person you are protecting. Your ego is protecting your shadow. Your shadow is very vulnerable. Your shadow is who you are as a person, your essence. Shadow is good. I was able to tap into my shadow because I've known him for so long and I've been protecting him for so long. I never felt like I was allowed to tap into him. I completely cut him off from my life. I didn't think that I was allowed to interact with him. And now that I had access to him, now that I felt valid, my feelings were valid, now that I could interact with him, boom, I just felt so connected and so aligned with who I am and the person that I've always wanted to be. Just said, I know what I want to be. I want to be an independent music artist. I want to do this. I want to do that. This is my plan. This is how I want to make it as a business. I had everything in my head already. It's something that I've just hidden inside of me for so long. And now I finally felt like I could bring it out into the open air and look at it and validate it. That's just the most amazing feeling in the world, to be able to take something that's been so stuffed down inside of me and to be able to bring it out of me and begin to like look at it as a possibility. And I never thought that that was possible. I always thought that life was meant to be painful. I'm supposed to be disconnected from that forever. Everybody gets to interact with their purpose but me. I'm cursed. Again, in one session, in one day, you told me, okay, this is what you want to do. You want to be a music artist. You know exactly what you want to do. What's stopping you from achieving that goal? And the answer was nothing. And you gave me a direction. You just told me, why don't you just start reaching out to people? Why don't you just, and again, that's something that felt so off limits to me. I can't do that. I'm trapped. I'm not allowed. And you showed me, yes, you are allowed. You're not trapped. You're valuable. You are somebody. You told me you love my shadow. I've never heard that before in my entire life. You gave me the power to have power. You were going to help me to help myself. Not like you were going to help me. You were saying like, you're going to do the work. It's you. I'm just going to help you to do the work. I thought that was very powerful. So I went and I did what we spoke about. I reached out to the people that I reached out to, and this is the part that made you cry. Every single door that I wanted to open, just opened wide. And it all happened in the matter of like a few days. I met with a veteran studio owner, producer who took me under his wing, something that I've wanted for I don't know how long. He's so diligent with me and teaching me everything I've always wanted to know, which is just absolutely amazing. I met a producer who's looking to work with artists from the ground up, which is exactly what I need. And I was able to secure a job. This is somebody who I came into this coaching saying, I hate working. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what job to do. And now I have a good paying job that's going to help me fund my dream, my passion. And I got that job by writing a personal statement of my experience with you. I was one of the 3 accepted out of 1,000. I would say, first of all, I would just say that you're different. I think coach doesn't do you justice, the word coach. You just understand, you just get it. I would call it severe breakthrough. Whatever, like if there's something that's building up inside of you, if there's something you're lost about, this process helps you be redirected. Your vision is completely cleared and you're able to break through and step into that goal you've always wanted. Even though it feels impossible, it makes the impossible possible. For somebody thinking about coaching, it's not some stereotypical surface level like life coaching. This is like you're digging deep, deep, deep into yourself, into your being, and you're ripping out your purpose, and life becomes so rich and so golden. Something that I don't think many or any person can do. Diving into our purpose and ripping it out of us, and we begin to live our purpose.